Welcome back, everyone, and if you're just joining us, this is Nathan Chris coming at you from just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quick video here to show you some of the most effective ways to maximize your new SendOutCards business. So what are some of the first things that you need to do when you get involved with SendOutCards? Now, I've created a video showing you some of the first steps you need to do if you're a customer, and it also applies to if you're a business owner, how to add your contacts, how to create your groups, and what you need to do to get started out. But now what I'm talking about in this video is what you need to do in order to put yourself in a position so that you're ready to start making money. Now, it already comes lock, stock, and barrel. You're ready to make money with SendOutCards as soon as you join. But there are some features that I think you would find very useful to know about. And one of those features is editing your website options. So we're going to start with that. When you sign in, this is what you're going to look at. You're going to be looking at your dashboard. And it tells you, you've got different steps of qualification. It tells you if you're qualified for everything. So what you want to do is make sure everything here is green, because that means you know you're qualified for all the money in the compensation plan. Now then, one of the first things we're going to do is when you get started, you create a username and password, and you've got your own unique login. So here's my user number. So what I could do is go to www.sendoutcards.com/that user number, and it sends a person to your marketing website. So it's got my name up here, it's got a picture, it's got join now, it's got all this information, but I'm going to show you how you get your contact information in here. So you see, you can click on contact me and they can get more information from you, but how do you get your information in there? I'm going to show you right now. That's what this video is about. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this little silhouette in the top right hand corner, and you're going to come down here to personal website options, and we're going to click on this, and right here you can personalize your URL. So you saw that I came over here and I opened up a tab and I went to sendoutcards.com/my distributor ID number, right? Well, you also have the ability to, instead of using your number, create your own. So mine is just NC, like Nathan Christ, or like North Carolina. So the same thing, I'll show you what it does. www.sendoutcards.com/NC. And it redirects to the exact same page as my distributor ID number. So what this is it's something unique so that you can send your friends and family or people you come in contact with to this website so that it's linked to you. It's automatically linked to you. And it's loading real quick here. Well, while that's loading, I'll just continue here and I'll show you that it's the exact same later. So look, you can put your email address on here. You can create your story, and you can tell people a little bit about yourself. So here I've got my name, I've got my number on here, and I tell my stories like many other people's. I was raised to work hard and find a good job. You know, therein lies the problem. There's no such thing as a quote-unquote good job. And you make this personal to you. You can tell your own story so that people know your why. This is your why of doing SendOutCards. And you can upload your picture. I've got my picture already uploaded here. If you've got one, you can remove it, but you can add your own, and you just browse your files and you search and you grab the picture that you want. And now you come down here, and this is very, very important. This is your gift account. And I don't know what yours looks like right now, but this is how I have mine set up. So what a gift account is you can actually set somebody up a try it before they buy it account, and we just call it a gift account. So if you've got a friend who's really wanting to try this service, but they just don't want to, maybe they don't want to pay the money, or they just don't want to get involved right away, because they, like I said, they want to try it. They want to try it before they buy it, right? So you can set this up to give them access to an account. And what you do is you set it up to say, all right, the number of points a new account gets. So I've got it set up that when I set this gift account up for somebody, they get 8 points, okay? The expense that they get with this account is 98 cents. So that's 2 stamps in the US. If it was international, you'd want to make sure that you've got enough expense for international postage. Whether you do 1 stamp or 2 stamps or 10 stamps, you can do as much or as little as you want to. I'm allowing up to 999 gift accounts active at the same time, and each gift account that I set up is a lifetime of 30 days. So what that means is when I set this up for John Doe, John has 30 days to use up the 8 points, the 98 cents, and if he doesn't, the money comes back to me and the points come back to me. Because what this does is when you're setting this up, let's see, so this shows I've got 292 points and $3.68 in expense. $3.68, yes. So when I set this account up for John Doe, it's going to pull 8 points out of my point bank, and it's going to pull 98 cents out of my expense. So although they can try it before they buy it, I'm the one that's footing the bill. I'm the one that's paying for them to try it. So if at the end of 30 days they haven't used it or they've got any unused points or expense, it goes back into the account, okay? But this is a really great way for somebody to try it who doesn't want to make the full commitment right off of the bat. Now, I will say this, a lot of people are willing to become a customer right away. So if they are, don't set them up a gift account. Don't set them up a free account. If they're willing to be your customer or they're ready to be in business, sign them up because that's what they really need. This is just for somebody who's really on the fence about it. Okay, now you would come down here and you'd click Save Changes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And while that's loading, I'll show you that when I went to sendoutcards.com/NC, my unique URL, it pops up with the same thing. Okay, so they can come here and they can look at all this stuff. And it's a very unique marketing website. You can send anybody in the world here, they can get some really, really great information. So going back over to my account, so it tells me, okay, your personal website options have been updated, so that's good. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to click on my dashboard. Now that's one of the first things that you want to set up. Now your gift accounts are set up. But how do we give them out? How do we assign them to somebody? That's what I'm going to show you next. So we're going to come in here to Main Menu, and you can add a new contact. I'll just go from the very beginning. Let's say this is a brand new person. They're not in your contact management system. So we're going to add a new contact, and we're going to add my friend John Doe. And again, just like the other video, you can add as much information or as little information as you want to, but you have to have the first name, last name, and the mailing address. Okay, that's what this is what you're setting up for their default return address. So when somebody asks you what this information is for, it's because this is the return address that's going to go on their cards, on their labels as you're setting this up. So that's all I'm going to add: first name, last name, city, state, zip, country, and I'm going to come down here and I'll add them to a group here. I'll just add them to Facebook friends. Click Save. And now that I have saved the contact, it's going to come up and it's going to notify me your contact has been saved successfully. So I can go in here and now search them. That's what I need to do. I need to go pull their contact information up. But it says up here I've got it saved and it automatically gives me the link. So I'm just going to click on it here. Otherwise you would just search for that person. Now you see, after you've saved the contact in here, there's this button right here that says Enable Gift Account, and that's what we just set up. So I'm going to click Enable the Gift Account. Account lifetime, again, I'm going to put 30 days. I would create my own username unique for this person. So what I recommend doing is when you create a username for these people, make it systematic. So for example, what I might do is I might do first name, last name, and the year I was born for every person that I set up an account for. So in this case, it would be John. I'm going to make it all lowercase because we are case sensitive. So I'm going to make it all the same. John Doe, and then the year I was born, 1985. And the reason I do this is if, say I set up an account for Jane Doe, I'm going to set up Jane's the exact same way. It's going to say Jane Doe, 1985. If it was an account for me, I'd say Nathan Chris, 1985. And what we're doing is we're creating a username for them. And while we could create it, we could ask them what do we want their username to be. But the problem is if they ever go back to access it and they forget, we won't know what it is. You know what I mean? It's hard to remember that. We could look it up, but it would be hard to remember that if we were not in front of a computer. So I make it the exact same way for every person so that it doesn't matter if they ask me now or 10 years from now. I know, all right, go to SendOutCards.com. Your username is first name, last name, and then 1985. again, you can make your own systematic way, however you want to do it. This is just how I do it. You would then create a password. Again, I would make the password universal. So for this account, I might do, let's say, JD cards. Okay, that might just be a sample password, but again, I would make it systematic so they're unique for every person so that I know the password. And they can go in there and change the password at any time. So this is just giving it to them to get access to it. Again, it tells me how many points do I want to give them. I'm just going to verify that I want to do 8 points. And expense, I'm going to do 98 cents. Now you might be asking, why is it asking for this information again? Well, one of the features, the reason that you want to set it up is one of the features is if somebody comes in here and they're looking at your marketing website and they click this little menu button here, they can click to send a free card. And a tutorial will pop up on the screen and will walk them through sending a card. So if you don't have that set up in the beginning where I showed you under your personal website options, if you don't have that set up, it won't automatically allow them to do that. So you want to set it up so it's automatic that they get that. So I'm just mirroring here what I've already got set up to do automatically. And oops, I accidentally changed this. So I would do 98 cents, and then you'd have to put in an email address here. And then you would click save. And if for some reason, if you get any type of error, the only errors I've ever really seen are if somebody has already used this email address before. In other words, if they're already a customer, or if somebody else has ever set them up a sample account, once the email address is in the SendOutCards system, you cannot use that email address again. So they would have to either find their original username and password or use a separate email address to get signed up. You would click save and they would have immediate access to all the same functionality that you do. All the card and gift sending functionality, the platform, the contact management system, and they would actually, this is a gift. Even if they didn't use the points and expense that you gave them, they could use this username and password from now until eternity, and they would always have this contact management system. So they are set up. This is a free gift. Guys, there's no reason people shouldn't want to use this. So that's just something really neat I thought you guys would find very valuable, very useful, is setting up your personal website options and being able to give somebody a gift account. So I hope you found this useful. I'm going to make some more videos, some other things that if you want to click around, check. If you find it useful, let me know. Give me a thumbs up so I know this is reaching people. And if you've got questions, you've got concerns, or you've got something else that you want more information on, let me know, and I'll see if I can make a video to help you guys out. So guys, I appreciate it. Appreciate your time. If you need anything, I'm here. Just let me know.